to get my back blown out in peace. You think I got time to talk about a divorce that's a year old?
What happens when a father decides to show up uninvited at his daughter's birthday and push her mother to the breaking point? Teyana Taylor is about to explode when Iman crashes their daughter's special day, turning what should have been a joyous occasion into an emotional battlefield. Teyana, who has been trying to shield her daughter from the emotional turmoil of their fractured relationship, can no longer hold back. The tension between them is already high, but when Iman shows up without warning, Teyana's anger and hurt come spilling out. The words she's been holding back for months pour out as she screams, "Leave me alone." This isn't just another family spat. This is a mother's emotional breakdown, a fight for her daughter's well-being, and a final plea for Iman to understand the gravity of his actions. The public nature of the confrontation, the pressure, and the years of built-up pain make this moment impossible to ignore. The scene is set at a brightly decorated venue, full of balloons, presents, and happy faces. Friends and family have gathered to celebrate Teyana's daughter's birthday, and everything seems perfect from the outside. The cake is beautifully crafted, the atmosphere is warm and inviting, and the little girl's excitement is contagious. Yet, behind the scenes, there's an underlying tension. Teyana, as the loving mother, has worked hard to create a special day for her daughter, despite the emotional strain she's been carrying. She smiles and laughs with the guests, putting on a brave face for the sake of her child, but internally, she's still hurting. The cracks in her relationship with Iman have been visible for some time, and this celebration is no exception. While Teyana has been trying to keep the peace and shield her daughter from the painful reality of her fractured family, the unresolved issues between her and Iman remain a constant source of distress. The emotional distance between the two is undeniable, and Teyana's patience is running thin. But she's determined not to let it ruin the day. However, as the celebration continues, the tension between Teyana and Iman reaches a boiling point. Uninvited and unexpected, Iman walks into the venue, instantly changing the mood. Guests, who were once enjoying the party, are now glancing around, sensing something isn't quite right. Teyana's smile fades as she sees Iman walking through the door, his presence a stark reminder of the emotional neglect he's been displaying for months. He's been absent from their daughter's life for a while, and now, showing up without warning at this important moment for their child feels like an emotional invasion. For Teyana, this is the moment she's been dreading, a moment that forces her to confront not just her fractured relationship with Iman, but the public scrutiny that comes with it. The night, which was supposed to be a peaceful and joyous occasion, now feels like a ticking time bomb. The moment Teyana sees Iman, the calm facade she's been holding up for the sake of their daughter cracks, and the years of emotional frustration come rushing to the surface. She walks up to Iman, and her voice is low but filled with tension. "What are you doing here?" she asks, her words sharp with the anger that's been building for months. Iman, caught off guard by her immediate confrontation, tries to offer a response, but it's clear from his body language that he's not prepared for what's coming next. "I just wanted to be here for our daughter," he says, his words unconvincing and filled with a sense of detachment. Teyana's face hardens as she steps closer to him, refusing to let him off the hook this time. "No, you're not here for her," she retorts, her voice growing louder. "You're here to make a scene, and you're doing nothing but ruining everything." The guests, who were once chatting and laughing, now look on in silence as the tension between Teyana and Iman intensifies. The argument between them, which was supposed to remain private, has become the center of attention. Teyana's voice rises as she lets out months of bottled-up anger. "You've been absent. You've been emotionally neglecting our daughter, and now you decide to show up uninvited, making everything worse." Her words are like daggers, each one stabbing into the public image Iman has tried so hard to maintain. Iman, visibly uncomfortable and unprepared for Teyana's explosive reaction, starts to backpedal. "I didn't mean to hurt anyone," he mumbles, but his words only fuel Teyana's frustration. "You didn't mean to hurt anyone," she repeats with sarcasm. "That's the problem, Iman. You never think about the consequences of your actions. You didn't mean to hurt anyone, but here we are, fighting on our daughter's birthday. Do you even care?" The rawness in her voice leaves no room for doubt. Teyana has had enough of Iman's excuses and neglect. She's done with him hiding behind apologies and vague explanations. The room, which had been filled with laughter just moments ago, now feels tense and uncomfortable. The guests stand in stunned silence as they witness the breakdown of a family right in front of them. Teyana's emotions are overflowing, and she doesn't hold back any longer. She shouts, "Leave me alone." Her voice rings out across the room, and for a moment, everything goes quiet. The weight of her words, combined with the years of pain she's been carrying, is impossible to ignore. This isn't just an argument, it's a breaking point. It's the moment Teyana can no longer hide her frustration, her heartbreak, and her disappointment in the man who once promised to stand by her side. As the confrontation continues, Teyana's pain becomes more evident. The hurt that has been building for months now spills over into the public eye. "Do you know what it's like, Iman?" she asks, her voice shaky with emotion. "Do you know what it's like to raise our daughter alone? To take on everything while you're off doing whatever you want?" The tears well up in her eyes, but she's not going to let them fall. She's too angry to be vulnerable. Her words cut through the air, exposing the depth of the emotional toll Iman's absence has caused her. "I've had to be both mother and father to her. I've had to pretend everything's fine when it's not. I've had to protect her from you. And I've had to do it all alone." Teyana's voice breaks as she continues, "You've taken everything from me, Iman. You've stolen my peace, my joy, and now you've ruined this special day for our daughter." The emotional weight of her words is staggering, and the reality of what Iman has done hits him hard. He looks at her, finally understanding the full extent of his neglect, but it's too late. The damage has already been done. The fight has gone public, and Teyana can't take back the words she said. But the emotional cost of this confrontation is felt most by their daughter. Teyana turns to look at her, and the pain in her eyes deepens. "I'm so sorry, baby," Teyana whispers, her voice breaking as she walks over to comfort her daughter, who has been quietly observing the argument. "I never wanted you to see this. You deserve better." The guilt Teyana feels for putting her daughter in the middle of their conflict is overwhelming. She doesn't want her child to see the ugliness of their relationship, but there's no way to hide the truth anymore. Iman, who has been quiet during most of the emotional exchange, finally speaks again, his voice softer now, filled with guilt and regret. "I didn't mean for any of this to happen," he says, his words laced with a mix of self-reflection and sorrow. The weight of his actions is clear in the way he speaks, but despite the softness in his voice, Teyana is unmoved. She repeats his words sharply, "You didn't mean for any of this to happen." Her eyes flash with a mix of anger and pain. "Do you even understand the damage you've done? Do you get how much you've hurt me and our daughter?" Her words pierce through the air, demanding an acknowledgement of the depth of the hurt she's been carrying. The gravity of her question hangs in the room, unanswered, as she challenges Iman to truly grasp the emotional toll of his actions. Iman's apologies feel empty now, like a rehearsed script that has been repeated too many times without any real change or resolution. His words seem to fall flat as he tries to justify his behavior by claiming he's been busy and dealing with his personal stuff. These excuses, though familiar, fail to sway Teyana. She's heard them all before, and she's no longer willing to accept them as valid reasons for his repeated absence and neglect. "It's always something with you, Iman," she snaps, her frustration spilling over. "It's always about your excuses, your reasons for being absent. But what about us? What about our daughter?" Her voice rises with every word, each sentence carrying the weight of years of feeling abandoned and overlooked. "You've been checked out for so long, and now you think you can just show up and everything's fine? It doesn't work that way." Her words cut through the tension, demanding that Iman face the reality of his actions and the long-term consequences of his absence. Iman's face softens for a moment, and for the briefest of seconds, he looks like he truly understands the weight of what she's saying. But Teyana has seen this before, this fleeting moment of regret that never truly leads to change. It's too little, too late. The damage has already been done, and the time for empty apologies has passed. Teyana's mom, who has been quietly observing the conversation, finally steps in, her voice firm and resolute. "Enough is enough," she says, her words cutting through the air with finality. "He's hurt you, and now it's time he faced the consequences." Her presence adds a sense of authority to the moment, as she reinforces the need for accountability and action. Teyana's mother isn't interested in letting Iman off the hook, and her intervention serves as a powerful reminder that Teyana has a support system that will stand by her, no matter what. As the confrontation winds down, the guests at the party are left in an uncomfortable silence. The once joyful atmosphere has shifted, replaced by an overwhelming sense of tension and discomfort. Guests exchange nervous glances, unsure of how to react or whether they should even get involved. Some look sympathetically toward Teyana, their eyes filled with empathy for the pain she's enduring, while others awkwardly shift their attention, trying to avoid the emotional weight of the situation. The public nature of this family dispute has changed the entire mood of the event, and it's clear that the emotional cost of this confrontation is being felt by everyone present. What was meant to be a celebration has now become a moment of emotional reckoning, and the consequences of this fight will linger long after the event is over. The tension in the room is palpable, and the once joyous occasion has now become a painful reminder of how far Teyana and Iman's relationship has fallen. As Teyana tries to console her daughter, the silence in the room is deafening. No one expected a family birthday to turn into such a public display of raw emotion and unresolved pain. The cliffhanger leaves fans eagerly waiting to see how this explosive moment will affect their relationship and their future as parents. Teyana has had enough, and Iman's emotional neglect has pushed them to the breaking point. What comes next will decide the future of their family. What do you think about Teyana's explosive reaction to Iman crashing their daughter's birthday? Can they recover from this? Or has this confrontation ruined their relationship for good? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. To stay updated on Teyana, Iman, and their emotional journey, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell. We'll keep you updated as this heartbreaking drama continues to unfold.